Welcome back to the Forge. It's tap in day 10. If you are following this channel for the purposes of your own knee recovery, I think this might be one of the bigger tap ins. This might be the one of the most knowledgeable ones that I can give, especially up to this point. Um, my hope is that people are tapping into this channel and they're watching these videos in particular for the knowledge and the experience of like what it's like to go through this. It's obviously no small procedure. There's a lot that comes with it, and so my hope is that I can share my experiences, and it will help alleviate, or at the very least, prepare you for your own experiences that you're going to go through. So with that being said, let's go. Let's move on with the tapping. It's day 10. Obviously, my last tap in, I talked about how nerve blocker wore off and I started needing to take the oxys. Lo and behold, here we are, I guess 5-6 days later. I don't know, depending on how you count it. I'm off the oxys. I may still have them on hand if I need them, if I have a bad day, but generally speaking, like, I decided, like, nah, we don't need these. Like, a little bit of uncomfortability is manageable rather than taking the painkillers. So with that being said, I'd like to kind of describe and get into what sort of pain that you deal with. My experience is that it's more of a pressure around the joint. It really wasn't a lot of pain. I haven't experienced any pain whatsoever at the incision site, really. There has been pain in my quad as my quad like relearns how to work again. And then the knee itself, I when I'm doing my exercises to get the quad back to where it needs to be, I feel it then. But it's pretty manageable. I think that it's important to put yourself in a mindset that if you're a candidate for this procedure, if Kaiser, like, if in your 50s, 40s, I mean, shit, I'm 37. One thing my PT keeps telling me is like, wow, you're so young, you're so young. And that's really because he knows that with my youth, he needs to slow me down. That's just kind of what comes with it. Like, I want to attack, but I can't. So, with that being said, it's really important that you set yourself up to understand that there's going to be pain involved, but it's nothing compared to what you're dealing with every day. Like, even in your 50s or 60s to be a candidate for a knee replacement, this is no small procedure. Like, your body in and of itself wants to reject an implant in your joint. Like yes, they cut your quad to flip your patella back so that they can do the surgery. But also your quad, your brain sends a signal and knows that there's something very wrong with your joint that it doesn't recognize, and so it shuts your quad off. And you need to reteach your body how to do things like that, and there's pain that comes with that. But it pales in comparison. Like, I can't speak to whatever pain any of you are going through, but it's not even close. It's not even close to the pain that I was dealing with every day. So yeah, it's going to be painful, but you know what? They're going to load you up with all kinds of painkillers, and you can take them as needed. And it's the more you work, the more you do your exercises, the more like while you're walking. So with my walker, I'm teaching myself, I'm not allowed to walk very far. My doctor is being very stringent about the way that I recover, because he wants it to last as long as it possibly can based on the procedure, like the success of the procedure that he gave me. So I, as a 37-year-old dude who is teeth through the roof, I want to go. And I've had to kind of check that and it's not an easy thing for me, but I've been able to chew on other things. For instance, I'm still going in and lifting upper body 3 days a week. Totally doctor approved, as long as I'm doing it within reason. Like, you got to take care of your leg all the same. I'm not able to, like, pull my legs back and engage floor to core when I'm doing a chest press, but that's okay. At least I get to get in the gym and I can do my thing, and that's like one of the things that like helps keep me happy. That might not be your thing, and it's totally okay that it's not your thing, but think of ways to be active but still follow the rules. And at the end of the day, doing like maximizing your recovery, maximizing your exercises. That is the more you rebuild the strength in the muscles that have been beat to shit. All right, man. Okay. As much as you maximize and rebuild at rebuilding those muscles, bruh. Nah, you're gonna have to figure it out. You're stuck. I don't know what to tell you. This fucking dog. Hello. She just got herself stuck. So anyway, as much as you maximize your recovery and building the muscles back up, you will also alleviate the pain. Because what I found is that the pain is actually localized in the muscles, not so much the knee. By building the quad back up, by building my calves back up, hamstring, so on and so forth, I have been able to, as I walk, reteach myself how to walk, because my knees were bad. I'm talking about I was hyperextended, and I don't exactly remember the technical term, but it was like hyperavulsive, I think, where both my knees go out this way and hyperextend this way. And so I have to completely relearn a stride to walk like a normal person. And I'm while building up that quad, I'm relearning how to walk, and then also learning to rely on the walker less and less. Like, it's there. It's a safety net though. The joint day of. The joint itself is super stable. It's everything else that you have to figure out. You're not figuring out how to deal with the pain of a knee being inserted, because the knee isn't the pain. There's a little achiness in there, and that's what knee pain I feel anymore. But for the most part, here I am 10 days in. I don't need those oxys. I barely need the Tylenol, but I take them because it helps reduce inflammation. And, the more inflammation that you have, the more pain you're going to feel. And so, elevation in ice is key. It is going to be absolutely key. You got to keep that leg up. You got to keep icing it. I'm not quite doing the 15 minutes every hour anymore. Like, I try to hit it about 10, 12 times a day. And it seems to be apropos. I still have a little swelling, but it's kind of hard to gauge because I tore an ACL years ago, and so my right leg, the non-operated leg, is a little bit atrophied from that and never really has come back. I mean, it's obviously very useful because it's the only leg I use to stand up at this point. But it's not that bad. Like, to be honest with you, compared to the pain that I was in, it's marginal. I mean, this I can deal with. And especially keep in mind the knowledge that all of the pain and suffering that you've been going throughout, like, your knee that is absolutely worthless, because otherwise your provider wouldn't rip it out. It's absolutely worth it. Don't listen to YouTube comments. I mean, the only people, this is like what they say about reviews on restaurants or other things, about how you'll get 10 bad reviews for every one good review. Don't get yourself swallowed up in the content and in the comments. Get yourself swallowed up in this content, because I'm telling you the real. This is my experience. Granted, I have an insane pain threshold, and not everybody's recovery is going to be the same as mine. But I'm trying my best to give you the tips and give you the understanding of what it's like. I wouldn't change it for the world. I was absolutely day one. Even my worst day isn't compared to my best day with the knee that I had prior to surgery. Just know that. It's going to be tough. Everything is going to be tough. I mean, anything worth having in life is going to be tough to achieve. But you're going to achieve it. Get out there, get after it. Work your exercises. Work those quads back. Work those calves back. You know, don't mess around. Once the muscles come back, the knee is money. The knee is money the minute that you wake up. The knee is straight. It's everything else that you have to deal with. It's not as bad as people like to make it out to be. Let's fucking